All right. Welcome to the Yes Parks, Yes Schools kind of social media info session and training. We are here tonight or whenever you're watching this, I should say, to talk about the campaign and how you can help us through all your digital media channels, personally, organizationally, through your company, whatever that may look like. So, we're just going to go through the presentation here and we'll do some introductions of who we are and we'll get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. There's my share button. Oh, okay. Can you see? Is that my Yes for Kids? Yes Parks, Yes Schools? Okay. So this is what we're doing. We will go through the next slide. We'll go through introductions. We'll tell you what the Public Disclosure Commission, also known as the PDC, is, the campaign structure, the kind of the communications outreach overview, the structure and the roles that you will have, the platforms that we're on and what engagement looks like, tools and resources available to you, and a kind of a general timeline. And then we'll let you know how you can ask questions along the way. Not now, but when you need it. So Rose Noble is on our team. Rose, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, Rose Noble.
I am Kirsten Davis, and I have been involved in these campaigns for about, I think this is my fifth campaign. And so Rose and I are kind of the leadership of that and work directly with the leadership committee. And then Jessica, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jessica Fisher, and this is my cat Matilda, and I help create the digital kit, and we'll be helping with some social media management.
Okay. And then our fourth amigo who is not here tonight is Chelsea McGuire. Some of you may connect with her directly. She'll be kind of the liaison between the larger organizations and sponsors and partners to help them with their digital efforts as well. So this is the structure of the campaign itself, just to kind of give you an idea. So we have an advisory team. It's about 12 people that, have kind of been the leadership of this effort for over a year now. And then that branches down into committee chairs. And so the advisory team meets every week, and then the committee chairs join that meeting every other week. And then these down here are actually the different kind of how the committees are set up. So there's a chairperson for each one of those committees that belongs to this committee chair group that every other week and works with the advisory team. This is us in the communications committee. Oop, so there you go. I hit my mouse. So this is best practices. The Public Disclosure Commission is the rules that we have to live by in terms of political campaigns. We are running a political campaign. Both the Citizens for Spokane Schools and the Citizen Advocates for Parks organizations are actually political action committees, which shortened is called a PAC, which means that we have to disclose everything that we do. Everything is open to the public. So keep that in mind. And that's why I want to just walk through a couple rules here. Some of you may be either a school or a parks or a city employee or a public employee. Somehow if your employer, if you're a public employee, you can't be using or you can't be using public devices, accounts, anything like that to be sharing Yes for Kids information. Sorry, I keep saying Yes for Kids. Yes for Parks and Schools. Yes for Kids is usually what we're doing because we're by ourselves typically, but I'm glad we're partnering. Or if you are a teacher, if you are, maybe you're a PTG parent and you run the school's PTG page, that is okay to share, Yes Parks, Yes Schools information, but the school Facebook page is not. So, there are some very specific rules around that. So, just to run through a few best practices is, outside of work hours, or maybe during lunch, if you are a school employee or a parks employee or a city employee, I highly recommend that you not, I know it's really easy to pick up your phone and share something, but remember that's a time date stamp out there in the universe. So if you are going to post during the day, try to do it maybe once at an obvious, maybe lunchtime, that kind of thing. Or do it before work or after work in the evenings. Then again, no, always use your personal devices, whether it's your computer, your phone, your accounts, all of that. And then just finally, if you're not sure, don't do it. If you have questions, we'll give you that contact information at the end. But these are the things that can cause the campaign to go sideways. And I don't want to scare you to the point that that you are afraid to participate and engage, but I want you to know how important it is that rules are followed. So again, if you have any questions, just reach out. And then we're going to go through the digital communications overview, and Rose is going to share that information.
Can you hear background noise?
No.
Okay, because my husband decided to start mowing the lawn. So if it gets loud, please let me know.
You're good.
Thanks for walking us through the PDC, Kirsten. And I realized I did just give my name in an introduction. Yes, this is my first year helping with the campaign for the school. And obviously, this is a very unique campaign with Parks and Schools. Two things I'm personally passionate about. And I do have a partner who is an administrator at Shadle Park High School. So it's near and dear to my heart to have a public school employee that I've been married to now for quite a while, and we do support public schools a lot in our personal lives. So we'll just go ahead and go through some of our social channels. I've been given the opportunity to loop in on this and help create some messaging and content for the channels that you see on the screen. The few accounts we would love for you to follow, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. If you have any or all, it would be great for you to follow us. You can see the tags there for each channel on where you can find us. Most of them are yes for SPS or yes for kids. Please note that they're a little bit different just for each. We couldn't get the same handle for all of them. But essentially, on these accounts, you're going to see a few things. We'll be posting some what we like to call organic content, which is content that we create and post that will be reshares of other content that maybe the school or parks department is putting out there. We also have some original content that we're creating through the four of us on the communications team. And then in addition, if there is local media that has picked up, that's written a story or did a feature on, let's say, for example, Adam Swinyard, superintendent, those are the type of content pieces that we will also share on these channels if we're able to. It's extremely important that we have good engagement on these posts. So anything that you can do to help support us with a like or a share, or if you do have a positive comment that you can leave underneath any of these posts, that would be welcomed. Because every time that you actually interact with one of the posts that we create, then that means people in your own system, your own friends and followers, whether they're supportive of the cause or not, are going to actually see your activity, and it's going to give an opportunity for our content to get in front of their faces in the algorithm we're trying to get through. The last thing I'll touch on before we go to the next slide is paid ads. We do have some paid ads out there running. Hopefully you've seen them. Those also allow for engagement. We're tracking all of our views and impressions and engagements on those paid ads, and we're able to deliver those directly to specific neighborhoods. So we'd like to see as much interaction on those as well. We are paying for them, but the intention of those ads is to be a little bit more informative. We do have a broader kind of 45-second running ad that talks about the entire kind of campaign. And then we have some targeted messaging based on specific projects or outcomes that Together Spokane will ultimately solve or put forth if it does pass in November. Next slide.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
So another thing we can do is follow local media. So just like all of the other channels for our own SPS, yes, for SPS, we have given you the handles to follow local media. KHQ, KREM, KXLY, Spokesman Review. They're all doing features. They're all sharing content, writing stories about the Together Spokane initiative. It's not necessarily going to be the Yes Parks, Yes Schools, but we would like to leverage their content that they're writing and feature that on our accounts, like we mentioned before, but also have a lot of our community commenting on these posts that they're doing on their sites. Again, you have to keep in mind the intention of liking or engaging with a post is so that other people that are also engaging with that post will see it. So we want to flood it with positivity, and we want maybe some of the naysayers that aren't interested or those that just don't even know that this is going to the ballot in November. We know there's a lot of people that might not know that this is out there. We want them to go to these local media articles, and if they click on the comments and see interactions for people supporting Yes Parks, Yes Schools, that's going to work in our favor. Um, go ahead and go to the next slide. Personal engagement. This is me, right, Kirsten? You still want me
Yeah.
to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've mentioned it, I think 2 or 3 times, positive engagement. We are looking for people to interact with the posts that we create and share, as well as local media posts that are created. We absolutely want you to keep it positive. Sometimes there's people that troll on certain internet things that just try to get a rise out of people and leave nasty comments. We do not want to engage in those and generate even more negativity in the comment section. We will have a key group of people that can maybe be designated to answer certain factual, put some facts to maybe some questions that get posted on a post. But the overall general audience, we'd like you to just do a small interaction, keep it positive, and give it a heart or a like or a share. At the other bullet point on this is to note that, just a second, I have to close my. Someone's talking.
See, this is what real life is, volunteering. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, did I mention I'm a mom and I also have kids and a dog and a husband mowing the lawn? That was just a personal, authentic story, which happened to be true that I could add to my engagement with you all. So the second bullet point in here is if you do see an article or a post, whether it's on our account or local media, if you have a personal touch that you can resonate with, that you can leave a comment on, that's really, really awesome, and we would hope that you can do that. It shows authenticity. Yes, we're asking you to engage and help us share our content, but it actually shows that you're passionate and interested in this passing for the personal reasons that you'll note down when you interact with the post.
And just to expand on that, one of the things, there's been quite a bit of research that has gone into this campaign, what the community is looking for, and that's how this initiative was put together. But one of the most influential things is people getting or when someone endorses something personally and that person knows them, that carries the most weight, more than, what they're seeing in the news or what they're seeing in other places. So that influence you have in your circle is super important. And that's why you, as our organic army, is super important, because you, with your own personal credibility, carry a lot of weight.
Well said. Um, Organization and business engagement. Just like individuals, we're looking for organizations to also interact with the content that they see out there. There's been many organizations we're grateful that have stepped up in a public spotlight to endorse this initiative. So you'll be seeing some content of us throwing their logos out on our channels. We obviously want you to interact with that. But if you are a member or you know someone that is involved with an organization that is supportive, and have access to utilizing the business account in any way to also engage or share our posts. And if you need to reach out to us directly for some more specific curated information, we can create that for you. But the more the merrier in terms of people interacting. Of course, the bullet point number 2 here, customize a perspective with relevance to your organization, and then adding that, you know, personal story as far as the organization and what it might be attached to. For example, we know the trade schools, there's quite a few involved people interested in that aspect of the Together Spokane. So if you are involved with the trades or the unions, you know, leaving messages from your organization that are relatable to that specific talking point are going to resonate really well.
Great. Okay, so now we have some tools and resources, and Jessica is going to go through the digital kit. Why don't you kind of go through, I'll pull it up here in a second, but well, I'll just pull it up and then you can walk through it.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of start talking about what the digital kit is. It's a social media kit, and so you can use this kit for easy social media posts if you're not exactly sure what you want to say. So we've written out some captions for you. We have some photos that you can use with those captions as well. So that way it's just a little bit easier and you're not overthinking it a little too much. So yeah, we just have our intro, all those pages to follow again, and then we'll have our first example post for Instagram. And all of these posts, we have an example, but that doesn't mean that you can only post it to Facebook or you can only post it to LinkedIn. You can just feel free to swap it around. We just want you to know that this is kind of what the post is going to look like. And then also, if you want your post to have that bold vote yes twice text, you just copy and paste it into whatever social media platform you're using, and then that text will be nice and bold. So we have example posts, and then as we get further down, we also have some different ads that are on our YouTube page that are we have links to, and you can post those YouTube videos to social media as well. And you'll see that the descriptions on the video are already there, so you can just copy and paste them for your caption. And then for those of you who are not really interested in creating your own post, we have some yes for parks and yes for schools posts that you can just click on here and then share those to your account as well. Yeah, so just kind of making this a little bit easier for you. And also you'll notice that this document is dated. So the idea is that it will evolve and you can come back for more ideas. And also we'll have a link to the digital kit that'll have the logo and photos that you can download as well that go with this. Is there anything else I'm missing?
I don't think so. I think that covers it.
Great.
Just scrolling through the different examples. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I'll talk about this. So, we would like to keep track of those that would like to be on what we're calling kind of an alert list. I'll probably start with the group that received this invitation to begin with. And so what that would look like is this is an example that just happened a couple days ago. KHQ decided to do a Facebook poll about the Together Spokane about the Together Spokane initiative, and instantly there were all these negative comments in the comment thread. So I jumped on and put a link to the Facebook post and sent it to a large group of people to go in and put in some positive posts. So if you are interested in doing something like that, that would be super helpful, because the more variety of voices that we have, the more authentic it is and the stronger the campaign is. So we'll kind of have just that, you know, kind of on the fly, real time reaction or response. Along with that is we will be sending out a kind of a communications update every Wednesday to this group that will basically kind of give you what's going on. Here's some new ideas. This is the topic that might be hot right now, or, you know, this is what we need you to do because we're seeing this happen over here, just to keep you updated and reminding you that the engagement is really important. And if you can just do even something as, you know, 5 likes a day on each platform you have, maybe you're really into it and you're gonna spend more time commenting and sharing. That's great too, but every little bit helps, and we would just really appreciate that support. And then a lot of times, the beauty about this campaign is we really are just the ones that are doing the call to action. The information itself is really great. It's out there for everyone to see. The initiative itself, the Together Spokane initiative, has done a fantastic job of putting all of these details together. It's very comprehensive, yet easy to understand, organized very well on the Together Spokane website. But again, you may get a question that you don't know. And so you can always say, hey, go, if it's about the initiative itself, send them to togetherspokane.org. Sometimes we get things like, well, you know, how come the superintendent makes $3 billion a year? You know, that kind of thing. Send them to the Spokane Schools site. They can look up that information. If you have a specific parks question, you can go there. And then our campaign website is yesparksyesschools.org. It doesn't have a lot on there. Our goal is to just kind of get people where they need to go. But that is another way you can reach out to us as well. So the timeline. So now through October 17th, which is, oh my goodness, is that 30 days away? Is really building this awareness, building that connection, just flooding that engagement, and you know, really engaging with that media coverage. The initiative, the Parks Department and the Schools Department is doing a really great job at engaging the media and giving them powerful content to share about what will happen if this passes. The other thing that is really important is that this is a united effort. We need both things to pass. They will be separate on the ballot. It will be a parks levy and a school bond, and they will be 2 different measures, but they work best together. So if you get the question of what if one passes and the other doesn't, send them to the Together Spokane webpage. That explains everything there. But basically the bottom line is we can't do all the extra stuff if we aren't partnered together. And it's just a very minimal difference in terms of you know, of what it means to what people are going to be paying. Then October 17th. Oh, also what's happening right now is we have groups going out to neighborhoods every weekend to hand out flyers, go doorbelling, answer questions. So that may be happening. You may be seeing yard signs. If you want a yard sign, let us know. Some of you probably already have. And then after that, October 17th is really when those ballots drop. And because we're a mail-in election, some people will grab that ballot and they're going to make their decision. They know what they're going to do the minute they get it. They're going to, you know, fill it out and send it in. So we want to make sure that we are really active between now and then, because if we have anybody that's on the bubble, we want to make sure that they're feeling good about it when those ballots drop, and not, you know, super committed to or not wondering what to do. A confused voter is usually a no voter. So the more we can educate them and have them really understand the benefits, and also the support, the really citywide community support, is going to be better. So that October 17th to November 4th is just that final push of, if you haven't voted, vote. That's the other thing. We really need voter turnout. We're very confident that this will be a positive result. But here's a big part of this, is that the school bond needs a 60% passing rate, which means it's more than 50% of the vote of the people that vote. 60%, that's the supermajority is what it's called. that is difficult to attain, and it's been more difficult and since COVID happened. Very few school bonds passed in the last elections that they've had. So every vote absolutely matters, and it matters even more for that school bond. So again, vote for both and vote yes for both, and make sure that you do vote. And then finally, we have November 4th is election day. There will be a, a kind of a gathering where we find the results, which is really nerve-wracking, but it's a lot of energy and adrenaline to be a part of. So people that participate in the campaign can absolutely come to that. One other thing I want to say too, if you're out doing any of these other activities, snap pictures, send them to us. We'll use them in the social media. Use them on your own social media. Tag the campaign, tag the school department or the school district, tag the parks department. Engage with it in a very authentic way. If you're out sign waving or see sign waivers, pull over, take a picture, do it safely, and let us use that, because that is super powerful. And then finally, we want to be really gracious winners when it happens, and then really gracious losers if it happens. The last time we did this campaign, the levy passed, but the bond did not for the school district. So, that's a bittersweet pill to swallow. But it's really important that no matter what happens, we show our support to the community for coming out to vote, for those that did support us, and respect that was the decision of the community. So we'll have all sorts of, thank you things that you can use on your pages or share, and celebratory things when it happens. But it's important that we don't just drop off, the night of the election. In the small chance, which did happen a little bit last time, that we don't know that night, that is a possibility. We'll communicate that out to people, and we'll just have a statement around that, and you'll just watch for that. So that's kind of what the timeline looks like. If you have questions, we have a specific email set up for the campaign for the communications team. So the four of us that you can get directly to us. So it's votetwicespokane@gmail.com. If it's something urgent, like, because we have other things we're doing and other accounts that are, lives that we're monitoring emails and messaging with as well. So that email probably won't be monitored, but maybe twice a day, and it's not going to have instant response. If you need something instantly, or you see something very concerning, or you don't know what to do about something, please text this number. It is actually my personal number, and just shoot me what it is, and I will respond to you just as quickly as possible. Okay, well, finally, thank you. We can't do this without you, and this is super powerful. Invite your friends, your family, tag your PTG buddies, tag your team moms on, the different baseball teams and soccer teams and lacrosse teams, because this is what it's going to take. And we really appreciate the support and are here to support you through the campaign. So Jessica, Rose, anything you want to add? Nope.
I'll just add, I'll echo the thank you. It takes all of us engaging. The channel that we didn't talk about was YouTube, because we aren't actually going to be necessarily engaging and replying on the YouTube channel, but there will be videos and ads posted on YouTube, and then you will see us resharing schools and parks videos from YouTube as well. But just in case you were also on that platform and you see things, you can comment, you can leave a positive remark. It's just not we're not using that as a call to action in this campaign, just due to kind of the platform and how it reads. But yeah, we need everyone to help us get the word out. And Kirsten's been great to work with, so thanks, Kirsten, for putting this webinar together.
Yep, no problem. Thank you, everyone. Let's go.